Hey, my fellow veterans. Today we're going to talk about what Congress is proposing to do with our benefits. You've heard all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt on the other YouTube channels. You've seen it on the news. You've heard about it from your friends. The veteran community is going to lose benefits, yada, yada, yada. We're going to talk about that tonight. But I want to take a moment to thank my 60 or so subscribers on this channel so far. Not many of you right now, but as we grow, I wanted to get to know some of you, so please comment in the box below and leave a comment. Tell me what topics you want me to talk about so that as this channel grows, I can remember your name and give you honorable mentions, maybe just get to know you a bit. And if there's enough interest, I want to hold a Ask Me Anything where we go live and you guys ask me stuff. I'm really into that type of thing. There's just not enough of an interest right now because this community is so small, yet I want it to grow. So please spread the word, tell your friends that are vets to come watch, and we just see where this goes. But please leave comments below. Tell me what you want to hear more about. I do have a curriculum of videos, but I want to hear from you. So with that, I'm going to reintroduce myself because not everyone here knows me. I'm Mark. I'm a disabled veteran, like all of you watching this content. I was in the Army and it took me 7 years to get everything I deserve, and running the math, I lost over $100,000 in unrealized benefits. Made a lot of mistakes in this process, so hopefully you don't have to. I hope that a lot of you learn from the free content that I put out here. Some of it is more philosophical, let's say. Some of it is very useful. But if you're a vet that's too busy, don't know where to start, I do run a small consulting business where I help vets win their VA disability claims. And if I can't teach you for free, well, then at least I can remove years of pain out of your life. So if that's you, sign up below. There's a website. Go check it out. But other than that, let's get into the topic of today's video, which is what is Congress proposing? Why are they doing it? And what can you do today to protect yourself, let's say, in the case of the worst scenario that can happen? So what are they proposing, right? They're proposing a kind of like a limit to the VA disability benefits. And we're going to post an article below in the comments section. So many other channels talk about this. I'm not going to dive too deep into it. There are two main things that I saw. One of them is the more money you make, the more money they take out of your benefit. Let's say you make a household income, you and your spouse, in this case, let's just take an example, make over $125,000 a year, gross, by the way, not net, but gross, which sucks. Well, the VA is going to take all your benefits. You make 125K as I understand it, but again, read the comments, look at the article. I might be wrong about that. We'll adjust it if I'm wrong. And that's what they're proposing to do. There's another proposition where they're thinking about taxing the VA benefits, right? They're just trying to figure out how to just cut corners. Clearly, as a veteran, and all of you, I'm sure we're all mad about this because this isn't the same as, let's say, Social Security. Sure, they're kind of synonymous. That's how people see it, but this is not like a entitlement, let's say. It's something that you earned with your body and your mental health because you served the country, you signed a dotted line, and you got hurt in an accident, out at war, you saw something that scarred you for life, whatever it is, you drank water that was poisoned basically, and now the government's like, oh yeah, but you make too much money, so we'll take that away. So we understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to cut corners on the budgets, which I'm not going to get too political here, but let's just say the government spends money in places that veterans could instead benefit from. So why not cut from those places? That's what we're all thinking. So I'll just say it anyways. But it's not the same as Social Security because let's say you make $1 million a month. Well, let's say you lost an eye or something from the service. You still don't have an eye. You still have a quality of life problem going on here. It's like, you should probably be compensated for that because that's just, that's what you hope the country that you served will do for you, is take care of you afterwards. Now, other generations in the past saw things differently. God bless them, right? But our situation's different. The generation's different. It is what it is. And year after year, because of that and the internet and companies like mine, people like me, people are more educated now. And year over year, anywhere from 7 to 10% new veterans growth getting more benefits. So the government's, ironically, one of the places they'll never cut from is the actual military itself, ironically. But they're willing to cut benefits on veterans after the military. I don't know how that works. My opinion is the government needs to figure out how to pay for the before, the during, and the after of the service in the military. But what do I know? I'm just a dude in front of a camera. But that's my strong opinion on the matter. They're trying to cut corners in the budget. They're trying to save money, and they're doing it everywhere they can. There's only a few places they can't touch, probably for political reasons: Social Security, defense, maybe one or two other places. But I'm sure they're looking to cut in other places, not just in the veterans' benefits. This just seems like it's really angering for the reasons that I've talked about already. It's not like it's an entitlement per se. It's kind of like my back hurts as I'm talking to you right now. And there was a time where if the government took my benefits away, I probably would be homeless. And some of you watching this are in that position, and you know how good this benefit is to help you back off your feet. And that's really what it's about. Like, when I think about it at the end of the day, I don't see the VA disability benefit as a welfare check. It's a chance for a vet to get on their feet, build something great with their lives despite their disability, right? That's really what it is. And I think it's kind of messed up how the government wants to take that away. Some of us are going to be fine, right? We're just going to figure it out. But there are some of us that really need the benefit, and that's pretty sad. So this is more of a discussion tonight. It's not really the structured thing. I'm just in front of a camera talking to you. But that's what they're proposing, and they're doing it, like I already said, to cut corners and save money. So let me transition to what can you be doing today to protect yourself. Let's just say the worst case scenario happens. So nobody's really talking about that. I don't think it's going to happen. Famous last words. If it happens, make fun of me, whatever. I don't think it will. We do hold some voting power, right? We have a big military, a big veteran base, probably one of, if not the biggest in the world. So that still represents a number of votes, which we can vote on the ballot, and whoever wants to protect us, we go for them. That's a whole different discussion. What I want to talk about is some very practical things here. And yeah, voting is one of them. The other thing you can do is write your congressperson, woman, congressman, congresswoman, and just tell them, hey, this is a bad idea. Start raising hell with your representatives. But in terms of actually going for disability, so I think that there's a couple worst cases here. Worst case is it passes, and it is what it is, $125,000. If you're really hurting, you're probably not going to be affected that much. But if you're a vet that's making over $125,000 a year, you're going to be mad that, again, the Congress is getting rid of your chance to make an even better life for yourself, because they still need to account for the loss of quality of life, limb, eyesight, back pain, whatever it is. They should still flip the bill on that. But in this scenario where that passes, the worst case scenario, the vets who are struggling the most probably won't be affected that much. Now, I still think it's wrong. None of us want this to pass. But another scenario that I see that's a little more realistic is that they might just make the criteria, let's say, to get the disability a lot harder. So these conditions that are easy to win, let's say, they might be like, oh, okay, well, let's just lock the door tighter so that nobody can come in. That's probably more, in my mind, of a realistic thing. And they probably don't even need Congress to get involved with that. They can just kind of do it without asking permission. That's what I think. I mean, there might be some kind of like quota at the VA where they can't let everyone in, and there might be a percentage for all we know, and that's how they would control it. That's more realistic to me, is they just kind of bar the gates a little tighter at the VA itself. And if that happens, like if we see all these changes coming down, like the CFR, let's say, where they do the rating schedules, and vets start seeing that, then everyone's going to run for the gates and try to get in. And you don't want to be caught in that rush. So I think the best thing that a vet can do today is simply keep fighting and get the benefits that they deserve as fast as they can, through whatever necessary means that works for them. As long as it's legal, right? As long as you're not committing fraud, you're fine. Because as this progresses and more vets win, and more of the budget goes towards those veterans, and Congress starts looking at this thing tighter, maybe you can be grandfathered in, because if they make it hard to get benefits, well, those that are already receiving them might not have to worry at all. So that's just something to consider. So what would I do? I would vote. I'd write the congressman, congresswoman, and I would seriously consider winning my claim in the next couple of years before too many vets win. I mean, they need to flip the bill on the veteran community. They want a big military, you got to pay for that afterwards. But let's say they tighten things up, you should go ahead and win your claim as soon as possible. So that's all I have tonight. It was more like a fireside chat, just me sharing my thoughts. Please leave some comments below. Please like the video. Please continue watching these and telling me what you want to hear about. And if you want an AMA, type in, yes, I want an AMA down in the comments section. And if you can't do it on YouTube, then maybe we'll do it on Zoom or something. So that said, thank you so much for voting with your time and watching this. And I hope you get everything you deserve. Again, if you need help, pass this free content here or other channels, sign up to my website, book a call with me, and we will talk. With that, I'll see you all next time. Take care.